And that's what it was. And after the sparring, we respected each other. Like, it was a different type vibe after we sparred, honestly. Now it was like, oh, damn, bro. Like, damn. Like, we really started to get to know each other, you feel me? Because when he came to our gym, he was popular. Like, Shakur was the guy.
They knew him.
Everybody knew him, in amateurs.
One thing I can say though, because I've been seeing, we've been amateur together and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Teo can fight.
Teo can fight.
The boxing community was left in disbelief after leaked sparring footage surfaced showing Keyshawn Davis flooring Shakur Stevenson. The video put Davis's precision and timing on full display, offering a rare look into how intense elite-level training can be. Davis later acknowledged Teofimo Lopez as a legitimate threat, explaining that he's watched both Stevenson and Lopez compete since their amateur days. His comments made one thing clear: raw ability exists across the board, but conditioning, quickness, and tactical execution are what ultimately decide who takes control inside the ring.
Against Shakur playing out, because you want me to tell you the truth, like, this fight could have been the winner's bracket fight. In other words, they're jumping to it, but at the end of the era, it may have been Teo and Shakur, especially if you would never fight Shakur, right? How do you see this fight playing out?
I see it playing out, let's say, I see it starting off slow.
Okay.
And then I see as Shakur wins the first round, as Shakur wins the second round, slowly, I think Teo is going to eventually start picking it up and start imposing his will.
Right.
And then, it's just gonna go from there. That's how I think it's gonna go.
That's a fair assessment.
That's a fair one.
Especially for that.
Keyshawn Davis reflected on a past sparring session with Shakur Stevenson, making it clear there was no bad blood, only competition. Once the round started, he noticed it was difficult to connect cleanly, while Stevenson's counters found their mark with ease. Even so, Davis refused to back off, knowing that slowing down or hesitating would put him at a disadvantage. The experience left him with a deeper appreciation for Stevenson's ability and reinforced an important lesson about staying relentless, locked in, and mentally sharp.
They come. I'm confident. I'm knowing I'm about to go in here and beat him up, right? Man, I get in the ring, man. Why I cannot hit this man, right? I cannot hit him, but he touching me. So I was like, oh, this is different.
He different.
Like, he different. So I just keep, 14, he's 16. I just keep going, I just keep going. So some getting through, some not, some getting through, some getting not. And I felt as if I was to step off the gas pedal, he was gonna get me. So I just had to keep going, you feel me? And I know he explained that a lot of times in interviews, like that's why he respect me so much, because in that sparring right there, I didn't respect him at all. I was trying to F him up, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what it was. And after the sparring, we respected each other. Like, it was a different type vibe after we sparred, honestly. Now it was like, oh, damn, bro. Like, damn. Like, we really started to get to know each other, you feel me? Because when he came to our gym, he was popular. Like, Shakur was the guy.
They knew him.
Everybody.
Shakur Stevenson has stayed locked in throughout his entire training camp, showing an exceptional level of focus and commitment. Each workout is handled with purpose as he refines his technique, increases his quickness, and builds lasting stamina. His preparation goes far beyond the physical side. Stevenson spends time breaking down opponents, studying tactics, and mentally rehearsing different situations he could face on fight night. The atmosphere in his camp centers on steady progress, accuracy, and growth in every area of his skill set. By keeping this level of discipline, Shakur is positioning himself to step into the ring fully prepared, mentally sharp, and at his best, ready to carry out his strategy with confidence.
Discipline, time away from my family. How you gonna beat me? Ain't no way you can beat me that way, bro. Why I keep saying I'm the best. Niggas don't want this shit more than me. I know it. I know it. I want this shit so bad. So bad. Shit easy, gang.
Easy, man.
Easy.
Always easy, man.
You already know.
Always easy, man.
This supposed to be a sprint.
Let's go.
This ain't no sprint.
No, it's a job. Let's go. We ready.
Keyshawn Davis looked back on his deep-rooted relationship with Shakur Stevenson, explaining that their connection started early and extended far beyond boxing. He described Stevenson as family, someone he shared a brotherly bond with from the start. Even with that closeness, a natural rivalry formed, driving both fighters to sharpen their skills and push each other forward at every point in their journeys. That balance of friendship and competition played a major role in their development, allowing them to grow by learning from one another while constantly striving to be better. According to Davis, their competitive dynamic was always built on respect and a common goal of reaching the very top of the sport.
It's family, bro. Like, I'm never, ever fighting Shakur. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. It's not even gonna feel right.
What were some of the experiences, like, with you guys growing up, like, as young men and young teenagers in Virginia? Like, what's some of those things that shaped you to know, like, he's my brother, man, I could never do that?
Yeah, the moment when I was like, all right, yeah, Shakur, I genuinely actually got real love for you was when I was going through my deep depression times. Even before I was going into the mental home, I used to tell my brother a lot. But then I started like backing off from my little brother because he was my little brother. I started talking to Shakur a lot about like how I was feeling and how I was thinking and what I was doing to myself. And Shakur was just giving me advice that I really like take in and like, damn, okay, I got you and stuff like that. And then I end up going to the mental home and, you know, like he calling me in there, checking up on me and stuff like that. I get out of the mental home, he pulling up on me, making sure I'm straight, making sure I get back in the gym, making sure I continue to do what I love. So he was
During an appearance on Ariel Helwani's show, Shakur Stevenson spoke openly about his upcoming matchup with Teofimo Lopez. Known for his sharp accuracy and ring IQ, Stevenson addressed those questioning whether he is truly prepared to take on Lopez. He made it clear that his confidence hasn't wavered, stating that Lopez has yet to face someone with his level of skill and understanding of the sport. According to Stevenson, this fight will present challenges Lopez has never dealt with before, as his speed, tactical awareness, and ability to adjust mid-fight create a completely different test. Rather than getting caught up in hype or outside noise, Stevenson emphasized that his attention is locked on the task ahead. His mindset is rooted in preparation and execution, with a clear focus on achieving excellence inside the ring. His comments showed not only belief in himself, but also a strong grasp of what it takes to compete against a powerful and respected opponent like Lopez. Stevenson also explained the importance of staying true to his own identity as a fighter. He made it clear that he has no intention of changing his approach just to satisfy expectations or turning the bout into a reckless exchange. Instead, he plans to fight with patience and control, managing range, rhythm, and timing to capitalize on any mistakes Lopez makes. By remaining calm and relying on his boxing intelligence, Stevenson aims to control the fight from the very first bell. This approach reflects his maturity and discipline, underscoring why he is widely viewed as one of the most thoughtful and strategic young fighters in the sport today.
Ooh, I mean, that's their opinion. Like, you know, they could say that. But I know he never fought nobody on my level. Like, I'm 1,000,000% sure that Teo has never seen nobody as good as me in his life.
He's talking about, like, once he gets through you, then he wants Crawford, names like that. How do you think he would do against someone like Terrence at this point?
I think he gets knocked out.
Can't even hang with him.
Yeah, he's too little. Bud is too big for him.
Right. As far as skills, though, do you think he's on par with the likes of Terrence?
I'm not gonna say he's on the Terrence Crawford level of skills, but he's very skillful. He got a lot of things with him that puts him at a high level.
One thing that was interesting to me was it seemed like you were going to move on from Matchroom, but now Eddie Hearn is involved in this, and this is a Matchroom event. It seems like, I know it's a ring card too, but he's promoting it here in the United States. So what is the state of your relationship with Eddie and Matchroom at this point?
Eddie's my guy. I'm actually not signed to Matchroom, but he's my guy. I'm a big fan of Eddie Hearn, and nothing but respect to him. But I'm glad he's the promoter that's on this card. I'm glad to share the spotlight with his promotional company.
So if he's your guy, how come you're not signed to Matchroom?
I mean, it's just business. If it makes sense, then I will. You know, if it come down to it and that's what makes sense, then we'll do it. But right now, I don't think it makes sense.
Okay, so are you just more of like your own man at this point? Your own entity?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Do you negotiate with the ring people, with Turkey? You just do that yourself?
No, me and my manager, Jay Prince.
Booz Ennis, a well-known voice in boxing analysis, shared his take on the Stevenson-Lopez matchup and delivered a clear caution to Teofimo Lopez. He stressed that overlooking Shakur Stevenson would be a serious error. Ennis explained that Stevenson's speed goes far beyond raw quickness. It's a strategic weapon that helps him dictate exchanges, slip incoming shots, and set up sharp counterattacks. He pointed out that fighters who depend mainly on power, without factoring in timing and footwork, often struggle against Stevenson. In Ennis's view, Lopez must fully acknowledge Shakur's skill set, because a blend of high-level boxing intelligence and rapid movement makes Stevenson a uniquely difficult and dangerous opponent.
Pick them apart. And I gotta tell everybody that what you call him is real athletic too. Teofimo. So I mean, I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight. You know what I mean? People think, a lot of people say it's gonna be easy and all. Nah. Teofimo can punch and he can box. And like I said, and he's real athletic. So, you know what I mean? That'll make it a little difficult right there. You know what I mean?
I see a lot of people going back and forth with it. Some people think Teo got the advantage because of the weight and that he's athletic and explosive. Some people say Shakur is the better boxer.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
How you see that fight ending?
Well, they saying, they got the weight and all that. I see Shakur boxing big guys, light heavyweights and all that stuff. Just like moves, he box heavyweights and put the heavyweights down. You know what I mean? I think that's the right move for him. You know what I mean? Get up, and I think he can really do good at that weight.
This isn't a stoppage.
I'm looking at a decision, not a stoppage. But then all according how Teo come in. If Teo come at him, he gonna run into some shots. It might be over. You know what I mean?
Now, you always tell me it's the shot that you don't see coming.
That's it.
That power is speed.
Right.
So, could it be a situation where people underestimate Shakur's punching power?
Yeah. I think Shakur can punch. You know what I mean? I think he can punch. It's just like I said, speed is power. You know, not them guys, muscle bound guys come in and they tell me, he can punch and all that. Like I just got finished saying, like you just got finished saying, matter of fact, the punch that you don't see knocks him out. And they always say, man, I didn't see that punch coming.
Veteran boxing writer Dan Raphael shared his view on the matchup, pointing to the accomplished careers and contrasting styles of both fighters. He described the bout as a meeting between Stevenson's refined technical boxing and Lopez's explosive, high-impact approach. Raphael noted that Lopez carries the ability to alter a fight instantly with one clean shot, while Stevenson brings sharp discipline, high ring IQ, and elite defensive skills. According to Raphael, those opposing strengths make the fight especially intriguing, as either style could take control depending on how the action unfolds.
Lopez needs opponents like Shakur Stevenson because they are elite fighters. He needs that to bring out the very best in him. I just can't see how it's possible that whilst Teofimo, we've seen a ceiling with him in terms of he's been beaten by certain opponents, we know that he can lose in the ring, but I don't know if that's a genuine ceiling, because I think that his ceiling is actually one of the most changeable in boxing based on who's in front of him. And so actually, I think there's a very, very good chance we're going to see the best possible version of Teofimo Lopez in the ring against Shakur Stevenson. But we should talk about Shakur Stevenson before we get into the nuts and bolts of the fight, what it might look like, and why it is so risky for both men. Now, Shakur Stevenson is currently undefeated. He's 24-0 with 11 KOs. He turned pro back in 2017. He's the same age as Teofimo Lopez at 28 years old, both men in their athletic primes. He's 5'8". These are on paper heights, so potentially a little bit shorter. He could even be a bit taller than Teofimo Lopez.
That wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next one.